Yes, sir. Welcome back. This is part 3. So let us continue. So a lot of black and brown men lives are being lost because of mental health issues. It's not being recognized and it's not being treated. So thus you're having aggravated assaults, violent attacks. You're having senseless gun violence. And then, of course, being killed by the police. Because when the police comes on the scene and they see somebody being enraged or being aggressive or being violent, then they're only trained how to distinguish the problem. That's tasing them or shooting them. 9 times out of 10, if they're black or Latino, they're getting shot. And they say, put that down. Get your hands out of your pocket. Turn around. Let me see your hands. Because they've been so brainwashed, this society. They're so afraid of people of color. Black and brown people. So when they get caught in that position, they're paranoid. You see it every day on social media. There's a lot of videos out there where they're so afraid of interacting with black and Latinos. And I give it, we don't help the cause by, being violent and senseless gun violence and the shit that we got going on within our culture. But it's time, man, for family members, friends, whoever you are, man, you know that somebody has some type of mental issue, then it's time for you to say, yo, man, I love you, you know what I'm saying? I think you should call this number or you should give the people here a call, man, and just talk to them. Let them talk to you, or seek healing within yourself. Align yourself with the higher power and get up in the morning and stretch and work out and exercise and pray and connect with God himself and talk to him. That's what I've been doing, and it seems to be working for me all these years. Because I'm still sane, and I'm still sitting here, and I'm still doing the things that I'm doing on a daily basis without an audience or without a crowd or a bunch of people around me stroking my ego. Most people in this position would probably go crazy or have to resort to, using alcohol or drugs to cope. So I don't drink and I don't smoke. It's been 2 years now I quit. I never was much of a drinker anyway or a smoker. It was just in the last couple of years I started smoking. I go off and on. But that young man, he lost his life. That young man, his life could have been saved. I know he has family members. Prayers and condolences go out to his family. You haven't seen his family or anything on the media. Nobody has stepped up and said, yeah, that was my brother, or that was my cousin, or that was my uncle, or that was my brother that, he went off the deep end, or he had something going on and he just lost it. It was just sad on both sides. 3 lives were lost that day, right? Because he lost his physically and spiritually. But then she lost hers and her son lost his because they'll never be the same again. They won't be able to go nowhere where they live at without people saying, oh, that's the lady, or that's the kid that did that. Or, keeping their head on the swivel because maybe his family want to come back and kill them for killing him. That's got to be a terrible way to live. Every time you go out in public, you got to have your head on the swivel, looking around and keep the 3D glasses on because you're worried about somebody coming up to do something to you. So we have to encourage and teach about mental health, and it's okay. And it's okay to seek treatment. Don't worry about it belittling you or somebody. Don't worry about what the world thinks of you or anything like that. You want to help yourself. You want to improve your conditions. You want to live a long, healthy life. So if you're feeling anxiety or you agitated or you feel any type of way, you're sad, depressed, then yes, seek out and talk. If you can find somebody that you can talk to and release that energy. If not, reach out to your family members. If not, then go to professional therapists. I know a lot of them, right away, as soon as they talk to me, oh, we want to give you this medication. Oh, we want to give you this. Like, no, I just want to come talk to you and release this negative energy, and then I'll stretch and work out and eat right and do the things necessary for me to get back to where I'm healthy again. I don't want to hurt myself, and I don't want to hurt nobody. I want to live. I want to live to where God says, all right, this is it. This is your last breath. Ready? Take it. And that's it. You're done. Like that artist, rest in peace, Pokey, from Houston, Texas. He passed away last week. But he passed away doing the thing he loves, that he was passionate about. He was on the stage getting ready to perform. That's what he was passionate about. He didn't die by somebody shooting him or beating the life out of him or being killed by the police. He died by going up on stage and getting ready to perform, and then his heart just stopped and he died. Or whatever the cause of his death was. So rest in peace. Prayers go out to him and his family and the whole nine. So I just wanted to briefly touch on that, because this case right here, it hits me personally because I experienced it personally. Like I said earlier in part 2, that my best friend, that shit happened to him. You know what I'm saying? And then everybody was just on the sideline like, oh, that's just him. He's losing this and that. Nobody was like pushing him to go get help from that shit, man. That wet and that PCP, that's a serious fucking drug, man. It's not weed. You smoke it and it does brain damage. And then you continue to smoke it, it eats away at your brain more and more every day, more and more every day, till you get stuck. Stuck like Chuck. And nobody want to be around you. Nobody want to fuck with you. Not even your family. Because that's what happened to my boy. His family didn't even want to fuck with him no more towards the end. And he was so upset. He's like, man, fuck them and fuck this and fuck them. That's all he was saying. Cussing everybody out. So, yeah, man. So, if you know anybody that's like that, man, seek help, man. Get them help. If you got to drive them to the crisis center yourself, do it. Like my boy, I did it, and he got upset, and he fucking cussed me out, and he stormed off, walked out of the hospital and stormed off, and then I didn't talk to him for a few days. Then after a couple of days, he called me. Yo, like, what's up? Yo, man. I went around there and talked to him. Like, yo, man, why you do that, man? I said, I'm just trying to save your life, bro. I said, listen here, bro. Since you didn't want to do that, then I can't hang with you no more, bro. You on something else. I'm on this. Because I was trying to achieve this, what I got going on now, with the music and the clothing line. Now, he didn't get to witness, the radio station, the mixtape series, and this podcast, Respect the Game podcast. I got a picture of him right there on my studio, right here in my wall. My nigga LD. The realest human I ever met, bro. And I met him walking out of prison. I met him at the halfway house, walking out of prison doors. Now, he was at the same prison that I was at, but we didn't communicate. We didn't talk. My whole bid there. I used to see him and hear him because he was on some rah-rah shit the whole time. A menace. But he didn't come, in my space and my energy. I just worked out and played ball and shit like that and prayed and, and talked to the brothers and shit that had sense that you could hold a conversation with. And it took you out of that spectrum and out of that element mentally, that you could hold conversations like that. So yes, rest in peace to the dude that died, and prayers go out to that mother and her son. May they get the help they need and the therapy they need. And let's love and respect and honor one another. Let's stop killing one another. Let's stop self-hate. All right? I'm Ali Hussein 365. This is Respect the Game podcast, episode 228. Peace!